Yes. A very good morning to everyone present here today. On this auspicious occasion of a Teacher's Day, I welcome you all from the bottom of my heart to our panel confabulation. Let's start our today's event by wishing all our respected teachers a very happy Teacher's Day. Your hard work and dedication are also a few of the factors that drive us towards developing ourselves into a better personality day by day. I'd like to thank all the teachers who always stood and will stand by us as our supportive pillar and correcting our mistakes. To mark their hard work towards teaching and honor them will appreciational. And I extend a warm welcome to each and every person present here as an attendee. We gathered here to celebrate the Teachers' Day event named Meet and Greet, where I, Surya Teja Tirvidula, will be the host for this event. And hand over to the Jaswita.
Teaching is one profession that creates all of the professions. The influence of teachers extend beyond the classroom well into the future. I would like to thank all the teachers for their life lessons, guidance, discipline, love, and friendship. Thank you for guiding us in every chapter of our life. Happy Teachers' Day. Vella Jashmita Konduru will be your co-host for this event.
Yeah, I'm extremely overwhelmed to address all the spectacular people with the profound knowledge for sharing your identity here. We are not only going to learn but also gain wisdom here. We have a few people right here who have made time for us from their occupied schedules for sharing their knowledge with us. I'm profusely overexcited to introduce our chief guest of the day, Dr. Sumati D from Machine Learning domain, Professor Dr. Nasiba B, domain of artificial intelligence, Alongbar Ware doctor from the domain of Python, Dr. Ganesh Reddy Curry from the domain of cloud computing, and also we wouldn't discuss on only study. Also, we are having a discussion on the panel confabulation on the topics of Indian education system versus foreign education system, how they are related, and importance of our cloud computing, artificial intelligence, machine learning, Python, and how they are related to our pleasant career lifestyle, and basic points of national education policy. This is very important and very useful in our future. And okay, just without further delay, we'll start our session. So first of all, I'm overjoyed to mention our first chief guest of the event, Dr. Sumati D, Assistant Professor in the IT SDC member. She is specialized in data structures, cloud computing, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and natural language processing. So please give a big round of applause to welcome our first delegate of the event on the Teachers' Day of 2022. We NGC team as a wishing you a very happy Teachers' Day, ma'am, and thank you for attending the event. Ma'am, the audience and the meet is yours. Carry on.
Thank you, Teja. And thank you
Yes,
for
ma'am.
inviting me to this wonderful session. Let me share my screen. Good morning to one and all present here. I'm very happy to preside
Ma'am,
this
one second,
function.
your voice is very low, ma'am.
Okay, now is that
Ah,
fine?
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Sorry for the intro.
Yeah, no problem. So I'm here to share with you few points regarding this national education policy, which has been introduced by our government. So you might be complete. You might have completed your schooling and step on to this college education, and few people might be in third year, and few people might be in second year, where you might have plans to go for abroad for your masters. So before that, let us see what is education policy which has been introduced or implanted in our Indian institutions. Here we say that certain rules to be followed. So why is it necessary to know the education policy? We have certain protocols and procedures, whereas it should maintain the standards for quality of learning. And how these people are analyzing the quality of learning is they might be on frequent inspections to the universities and colleges as well as schools to check on the level of the learning by the students and how they expect and what is their accountability. So without this education policy, an institution which is about to run might be lacking in structure, as well as they might not be able to satisfy the students. So what is the role of policy? Why we require policy? See, we are independent body. University is independent body which works under University of Grand Commission, where we need to follow certain rules, protocols, and procedures in order to qualify the education and qualify the student. Whereas here, in the case of schools, they also have certain rules and procedures where everyone will be connected. So, what are the main features over here? It has to satisfy the educational goals based on priority as well as weightage and cost of the goals. So what are the two notable observations from Supreme Court of India? See, usually what happened is previously we had Gurukulam where people used to stay there and learn all the
Ma'am,
activities.
ma'am, one
Yes.
second.
Yeah.
Ma'am, you haven't shared your screen, ma'am.
Oh, is it visible? Yes. Is it
Uh,
visible
Yes, ma'am.
now?
yes,
Yeah,
Yeah.
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
It's visible, ma'am. You can continue.
Okay. Thank you. So, what are the two notable observations? We had Gurukula in earlier days where people used to reside and they used to learn a lot from their guru. And as we all know, in the good olden days, we had a great behavior. Human behavior is also taught, but nowadays education is failing to reform that human behavior. Whereas you might have learnt many suicidal news as well as other hatredness towards children is increasing day by day. Even though the literacy level is increasing, there is a decline in human values. So that is why these educational who are in educational department were trying to form the transformation in educational system. So that is where the new education policy arises, where they want to bring all in one umbrella, which aims at universalization from preschool to secondary school. So here availability, access and equity. Without any discretion, it should be given to all and the education should be quality one. So we are supposed to design a vision and a framework where it works for school education as well as higher education. So what are the highlights we were coming across in this new education policy? So enrollment ratio in school education by 2030. Even now in urban area, in rural areas, people are not going to the school, whereas teachers who are there, they walk into in each and every street to broadcast the education policy, and they are making the children to get admitted in their school. And this is how the enrollment ratio could be raised. NEP 2020 will bring 2 crore out of school children back into the mainstream. We had a 10 plus 2 structure of the school curricula, which is being replaced by, you can say 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4, which covers ages between 3 to 8 under one category, 8 to 11 in other category, 11 to 14 in third category, and 14 to 18 years respectively. While in the previous days, if you want to join the first standard, the policy was your right hand should touch your left hand. Once if it touches only, they take that children to the first standard. But now what we are doing, as soon as if the child goes to 2.5 or near to 3, we are pushing them to pre-KG as well as LKG, where they might not be able to talk. But few children who are working with mobiles, even at home you can see, to eat, they if they want to make their children to eat, they're giving mobile and they are feeding like anything. So those people are well versed in mobile, but they are unable to catch up the thoughts which are taught in the school level. So now if you just check in the previous education policy where it covers 12 years of schooling, and 3 years of Anganwadi and preschooling. Now it has been changed to 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 in this case. So now if you just see here, foundation will be like 2 years. When your foundation is strong, then your preparatory level will be quite good. More than that, which will help you out to shine in middle level as well as in the secondary level. This is what the education system has been reinvented in such a way that your foundation will be strong and which will lead to the top level. So since you can see this NCERT, National Council of Education Department, what they have done is they have framed a framework for child care and education for children up to the age of 8. So how to do this? That is why our Smart India Hackathon has one part of problem definition which covers under NCERT. So how to gain the attention of the students, how to manage the time level of the students. See, as we are there, you people are working in, studying in VIT, where it is a fully flexible credit system, and each course has an embedded lab, and few courses have both embedded lab and project, where you are unable to balance that. So here the many problems are there, how to draw the attention of the school students and how to improve their attention level, how to balance the time management of the homework, and how to motivate the students, and how to avoid the suicidal thoughts and other bad thoughts from the children. So that was one one problem definition which was given under Smart India Hackathon. And that is how they frame this national curricular and pedagogical framework. When we talk about this pedagogies, we have various types of pedagogies to teach the students. Not only monotonous teaching, where curriculum can be having fun learning. Apart from books, it can be any it can be group discussion, or it can be any other competition level, healthy competition level, to make the students to learn. And apart from this, a national book promotion policy is to be formulated, and school children are supposed to take examinations in grades which will be conducted by the authority. Board exam for grades 10th and 12th will be continued, but it will be redesigned with holistic development as the aim. So what is the composition of policy is school education, higher education, other key areas, and which should be making it to happen. So here, when we discuss this 5 plus 3 plus 4, later on it should lead to PhD. Like right from the childhood, kindergarten to master's degree. Wow, it is great. So what are the objectives over here? Literacy. Like I observe that when people are using their mother tongue, they feel that it is disgrading, and they avoid in talking in mother language when they meet each other. But you should learn the language, mother language, to a level where it is quite easier to communicate the ideas very easily. Second one, numeracy. It should be able to help the children to come up with numerical applications where they can solve the problems in their daily life. Technocracy, where it leads to innovations in science, which could bridge the gap between the science and the technology. Nationalism, develop a respect for national symbols, and you should know how to learn to dislike the casteism, untouchability, and communalism. Saying is quite easy and implementing is quite difficult, right? Human dignity, where you should have attitudes, healthy attitudes towards labor and dignity. Cleaning, it should be you should have cleaning habits of in order to live a healthy living. An aesthetic sense, where you can acquire a good taste and beautiful and should take care of your surroundings. So, what are curtailing dropout rates and ensuring universal access to education at all levels? The primary goals should be enrolled, and you should see to that all the children are attending the school. And recent years, you can see that universal enrollment in elementary education has improved. And you can see the statistics which has been given over here. And when you come across this statistics, by 2030, we are saying that we can achieve 100% gross enrollment ratio. What about curriculum and pedagogy? How you should have curriculum? How you must have your curriculum? It should be like integrated, like practical knowledge you should gain. So, in order to gain the practical knowledge, you must have practical applications which should be embedded in the curriculum. Theory alone might be boring, and universal method, traditional or conventional methodologies might give you a boring structure where it should be little, it should have multiple dimensions where they can teach you in various levels in order to improve the cognitive development of the children. So, in the case of secondary education, what we do is we need to occupy a strategic position where it connects the primary and the higher education. So, it should have good structure which leads to higher education also. The basic should be proper over here. So, that is why now, this is the why it came into our mind is our most respectable person, Dr. S. Radhakrishnan, who is the reason for celebrating Teachers' Day today, has quoted that secondary education remains the weakest link. You might have seen like people are by hearting the theorems or by hearting the concepts without understanding it, and they might be reproducing it in paper. But that is not correct way. You should know what you are learning, and you should learn what you know. That is the main ambition of the secondary education. So, overall development among the learner should be brought out. And recently, if you just compare, youth ratio is much more than the other ratio levels, where you can be good citizens who can contribute very effectively in the social and economic development of the country. You can promote social virtues, intellectual development, and practical skills. And through the practical and vocational efficiency of the students, you can improve the secondary education, and scientific attitude should be there. And you need to inculcate the qualities which are needed and necessary for harmonious living, and which should be efficient, that carries over the human ethical values. And apart from that, we should have artistic and cultural interest which can promote our culture overall in the abroad. The secondary stage, which comprises of 4 years of multidisciplinary study, it is based on subject oriented pedagogical and curricular style of the middle stage. And if you just compare, you can say that the students after grade 10, they should have some vocational courses which can motivate them and which can nurture them to learn more in their 11th and 12th. Empower students through flexibility in courses choice. That is why VIT follows this fully flexible credit system, where you want to learn the subject or courses which you like. So that flexibility and choices of subjects to be given in secondary level. So including subjects and physical education, arts and crafts, vocational skills, etc. People, you can think that all students will not be one and the same. Some might be good in vocational activities, some might be good in physical education. So you are supposed to give that choice to the students who can excel in that particular field. Holistic development and wide choice of subjects and courses could be introduced, and there should be no separation between this curricular, extracurricular, etc. And subjects could be incorporated with the curriculum itself. So here, teachers, where it covers all the concepts regarding the professional standards for teachers, career management, continuous professional development, school complexes like clusters, etc. So that is why they had the rejuvenating higher education, which has been key takeaway from this policy. So as per our great leader Vivekananda, education can unlock all doors for a progress. A nation advances in proportion to education and intelligence spread among masses. So based on that, what all the problems you can say as per the uh, current education system in India? Severely fragmented, segmented system is there. Then the second one is less emphasis on the development of the cognitive skills and learning outcomes. You don't know why you are learning that corresponding course. As we are taking zeroth hour. What is the use of that zeroth hour? No one knows as of now. Why? Why do you need to learn the concept, that course? We are teaching you what all the objectives that will be covered and what will be the outcome of that course. Outcome of that course. You should emphasize on that. So you should practice according to that learning outcome, and that is why you have been shown the learning outcome and the objectives in your zeroth hour in VITAP. And third one is rigid separation of the disciplines, where it should have specialization and streaming of students. Fourth one, limited access, particularly in socioeconomical disadvantaged areas. Limited teacher and institutional autonomy. Next one, inadequate mechanisms for merit-based career management and less emphasis on research. Yeah, that I do agree over here. Because see, people who are focused on research will excel well, but to focus on research, we need more time. We should devote our time to work on research. Then only you can find out new innovations. But here we have less time on research, less emphasis on research is being carried out. And last one is suboptimal governance and leadership. And the final one is ineffective regulatory system and large affiliating universities. Many universities arise where it might lead to low standard of the undergraduate system. So what are the policy visions? So here we are supposed to move towards a higher educational system where it should be one in one, or you can have near to every district. You can restrict it, and which offers the medium of instruction in local or Indian languages. Moving towards a more multidisciplinary undergraduate system, and faculty and institutional autonomy must be concentrated. We need to revamp our curriculum, pedagogy, assessment, and also along with the student support. Most probably due to this COVID system, everything became online for the past 2 years. But how far you are devoting your time during your online learning? What you have learned through this online learning? You can just touch your conscience and think of what you have learned in past 1.5 years during the COVID system. An importance of sequencing in higher education is vision, governance policies, academic plans, and QA. Here vision is related to plan. What I want, you usually you'll be asked in interview what you want to be after 5 years, what you want to be after 10 years. You must have that vision before joining an industry, or before joining an institution, or before starting up a business. Governance policies, what all the policies which are supposed to be implemented, and plans to physical structure, infrastructure, whether you are going for a business, how far you can work on your plans. And when it comes to the education, what all academic plans to the physical infrastructure. Quality assurance, how you are going to uh, evaluate it. So how to identify your university or your college which are opened by you based on accreditation or NARF and QS ranking. When it comes to the Indian scenario, the talent transformation is missing. Second one, political launching pad. That is also one criteria which is pulling down the universities. And apart from that, financial constraints and paralysis of governance, where it has like 50-50 chance of governing or taking the authority of the university. And too many regulatory bodies are there, where people will be always busy in checking out those regulatory bodies and going for inspections. Global scenario of an universities, they focus more on talent and abundant resources are there. You can just take an example of Harvard University and other universities where how much they are spending on entire education level. Affiliating system over here where colleges will be affiliated to a particular university in India is one of the 4 countries in the world, whereas other countries also follow the same affiliating system. But this affiliation system is far from being universal phenomenon. Our policy is to revamp the higher education system, create multidisciplinary higher education institution across the country where our GER will be increased. And we want to build our university to be a world-class level and to achieve high global rankings. What are the outcomes of this NEP? So you're able to acquire principles of domain area and you can communicate effectively, formulate and model the problems, and you can find the solutions, whereas the sustainability importance could be obtained by understanding and professional and ethical responsibilities where you can work in a group or individual also could be obtained, and working as a team mentor or leader with more domain knowledge as well as the management of the team is required. Leadership qualities and entrepreneur skills could be achieved, and socio global economical responsibilities also could be achieved. And role and purpose of higher education is to identify the set of skills and values at each level of learning. New institutional architecture, how it should be. Here, you must have intensive universities where it can identify that it is focusing only on research, and teaching universities where it should be focused on research, teaching concepts, and autonomous degree granting colleges where you can identify that and you can categorize the universities in such a way that it could be diversified, and mapping existing higher education to achieve the new architecture for the higher education. So this 3-year UG degree, how it will be, and 4-year degree will be looking like this. So where here 1 credit is equal to 1 hour of teaching and 2 hours of practical or field work. In the case of credit based in various colleges, they follow this principle. And CIBIL score, you know, the CIBIL score will be usually followed when you're going for applying a loan. How it should be? This rank, it should be between 10 to 1, etc. Right? So here in the case of arts and hard science, we have liberal arts, social sciences, creative arts, etc. This all related to soft facts. Whereas in the hard fact, we will be working on this STEM, and how this 10 plus 2 will be converted into 3-year UG course, and whereas in the case of 4-year UG course, how we are working on. But more than research, you people are working on projects. That project should be converted to research. Focus on research. And if you see here, the GDP could be increased by 6% when you are going to spend some amount on quality education. So making schooling available to all 2 crore children should be educated, and NCRT should be should have a framework called National Curricular and Pedagogical Framework and National Book Promotion Policy. Apart from that, authority should be there to conduct the assessment. So now here, this new plan focus on gender inclusion fund, special education zones, etc. Special daytime boarding school Bal Bhavans to be established in every state. And apart from that, in consultation with the teacher and expert organizations like National Council, SCRT should be developed. SSA, that is State School Standard Authority, also should be set up by the states or union territories. An academic bank of credit system should be established where the students who are earning their credits will be stored, and final degree at the end it will be given to that corresponding student. So conclusion is many changes have been made, and one of those is discontinuation of MPhil course. You in previous days, one who are doing arts before doing PhD, PhD, they are supposed to do MPhil, but here they have discontinued that. Even though we have so many drawbacks, but advantages are much more in that NEP. So we believe that by implementing these changes, the Indian academic system will take a step higher. And our VIT is following the guidelines, and some of NITs, IITs also, they are not also following. And this is how our education policy works. Thank you.
Yeah, ma'am, thank you. Thank you for making us knowing a very important thing which every Indian student and Indian teacher are responsible to know about. And thank you for such treasured words, and you let us made to be know about the importance of the NEP document.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.
Now I would like to call upon Dr. Alangbar Wari to lighten up our brains with a lot more information on Python. Wishing you a very happy Teachers' Day on behalf of our NGC team, sir. Dr. Alangbar Wari is a senior grade 1 assistant professor in VIT AP, specialized in the areas of image and video processing, multimedia information retrieval, machine learning, deep learning, and data analytics. Now let's welcome him with a big round of applause. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you to the organizer for inviting me as a speaker here. And I would like to wish all the faculties who are present here a very happy Teachers' Day. As we all know, this day is celebrated as a Teacher Day in tribute to our great scholar, educationalist, our Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan. And he was a great scholar. He has served as a professor in so many universities. Once he used to be a vice chancellor of Banaras Hindu University also, and he has served as a second president of India after Rajendra Prasad, and he was the first vice president of India also, and he has contributed so many things for this country, and we should be proud of him. Because of him only this day, the 5th September, we are able to celebrate as a Teachers' Day. So, and based on his principles and guidelines, we have to follow. And he has taught us so many things, regardless of only like studying and all, like how to respect the elders, how to respect your teachers. So we have learned so many things from that great personalities. So beside that, he has also said so many proverbs like a life of joy and happiness is possible only on the basis of knowledge and science. So many great things that he have said. So we have to follow those things. So beside that, today I want to speak something about this Indian education policy as well as foreign policy. So those things are already spoken up by our Dr. D. Sumati madam. So I will not take much more time. I hope every one of you have got the ideas from that madam. It's all about this education system of India that we have to refine. There we need to refine our education system. And what was the traditional education system of India? So we were lacking so many like talented faculties, because faculty is the one like who is able to give the light to the part of the students to make the students future bright. So if it's highly responsible for every faculties or teachers to make their students give more knowledge and give them a good citizenship of India. So everything is responsible for a good teacher, and a teacher acts just like a parents to the students. Just like a parents, they will stand in every ups and downs with their children. So we being a teacher also, it's our responsibility to make your dreams successful. And it's our responsibility to guide you to through the right path. So that's what we should keep in our mind. And decided like in education policy comes to in that point. So earlier in traditional, we have seen that in education system of India, the more the curriculum of Indian the education policy were focused on morely on the theoretical basis and very less on the practical. That was the biggest problem till now we were facing. And in the foreign countries, like they were focused mainly on the practical perspective, and they were trying their concepts. They are trying to implement the concepts in the practical, in the real life. That was the biggest difference between the Indian and the foreign policies since then. And because of that, our children's, the students, we were facing so many problems to get in a job in the higher place in the foreign countries, and we were paid a less payment and all because of that. And because of that perception, but it's not like that our Indian people are very don't have any kind of knowledge. It's not like that. So many talented peoples are there in the India, but it's the perception in the mind of those foreign peoples. Those foreign peoples, they were more advanced than us. We also know they are more advanced than us, but it's not like that our country don't have any talent people. But thing is like it was in their perception, in the mind of those foreign people. They think like the Indian people, they know only the theoretical perspective. They have only the theoretical concept. They don't have much of practical. So they don't prepare to recruit much from the these Indian students and all. It was their perception, but later on the years are passing by. So nowadays things are changing on also. Now so many Indian peoples we are serving the great companies just like a Microsoft, Satya Nadella and all. Now things are changing, but even though still there is lack in the education policy. So only 2-3% of Indian these people have succeeded in life, but still very less. The vast population of students are jobless. Still, we are not able to get a good package of amount to work in abroad and all. Still, they have that kind of perception. So we have to overcome that. And now, how to overcome that? Now the government has taken some steps that is called new education policy. That's what this Dr. D. Sumati Madam has already spoken of. So this kind of a new education policy, they have come with some new rules, protocols, and procedures to refine the systems of this education and to make more practical way. So that was because of nowadays these universities and colleges, they have to follow up those kind of certain principles based on this new education policy. So that's why nowadays we have to do this kind of NEC accreditation, NBA and all, so that we have to maintain certain policies. We have to be up to that standard. So these things slowly we will grow up, no doubt. And these things again, this new education policy again recently they have approved also to recruit the professors of practical. That means the expert people who are expertise in particular domain, let's say very expertise in particular programming language, or maybe in artificial intelligence, or very expertise in the machine learning, that kind. But the regardless of their education qualification and all. But if the person who are working in the company, and if they're very expert in particular domain, then universities, colleges, they are going to recruit them as a professor, as a practical. They have to do only the practical things so that they can give a practical knowledge to the students. That's what they have approved recently. So I think they are going to implement that things from the coming next year or from the next session. So for giving the practical knowledge to the students, and other professors, they will be giving the it will be divided like a professor of practical, professor of theoretical. So these things I think it will help more in the future, so that students can get learn more about theoretical as well as practical also. And come to this Python. So Python means this is a programming language, a high level programming language. And nowadays this Python has become very popular because of this data science, artificial intelligence, machine learning. And this Python programming is an open source code programming language. That means that you can find this programming language from anywhere. It is this coding and all you can find from online, Google, from GitHub and everywhere. So they have made this coding open source. But it is not like that. What are the challenges faced by these developers for this Python? Because it is not like that you have to learn only Python and all. If you know any other kind of programming language, if you are very good in particular programming language, then you will be highly employable. Anyhow, you will get a job. Even if you know the Java very very properly, and C++, whatever, they need you to be expertise in particular domain. But besides that, nowadays, recently, this Python has come very popular because of this data science and all, and because of it, it is an open source programming language. So people are opting and using this Python for implementing artificial intelligence and all. And this artificial intelligence and machine learning is also coming up recently in this era. And because of this artificial intelligence, we are able to work automatically. So some automation system has come up, and they are trying to implement the machine learning algorithms and artificial intelligence and robotic system to ease the human work. That means all the machines, we human beings are trying to make the machines learn by themselves, so that we the human people don't have to do so much of hard work, so that machines will do each and everything that human can do. So those things that day to day, whatever technologies we are using nowadays, the automated punching machine, automated that facial detection, that for attendance purpose also we are using the automated system, so that these things are helping us day to day life, so that we don't have to write it manually in the pen and paper. So these kind of things are helping for building up the technologies. And Python is highly, and beside that Python also R programming is also there. So it is better if you learned any kind of programming language, especially Python is nowadays highly usable in the machine learning and all. So you better learn this one to get a good kind of that things a good knowledge of this artificial intelligence, machine learning, data analytics. You need to know the Python programming language as well as the R programming language. Okay, so once if you are going that which direction you have to take, it's up to you, you have to choose. But only knowing that the Python programming language will not help you. Anyone can learn the Python programming language from any kind of online tutorials and all. But thing is like, in which domain you want to apply this Python programming language? It's the question. So if you have opted, if you want to pursue your career in the artificial intelligence, then you need to know the basic things of the artificial intelligence. And if you want to pursue your career in the data analytics, then you have to be very practical what you are going to do. And those plan, you have to make a decision, you have to make a plan, then only you can implement those Python. It will become usable. Otherwise, simply learning Python will not going to help you. So artificial intelligence you can implement by using this R programming and this Python also. Okay, so time is running by, so I am not going to take much of time. There are some other faculties also. So wish you all the best to all the students for your future endeavors and for your success in your life. Thank you.
Thank you for such valuable words and for letting us know the importance of Python. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir, thank you. And I'd like to call upon Dr. B.B. Nasiba, a grade 1 professor in VIT. She specialized in artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, computer networks, image processing, and database management systems. So please let's welcome her, Dr. B.B. Nasiba, with a good round of applause. Ma'am, wishing you a very happy Teachers Day on behalf of entire NGC team and VIT AP. The session
Thank,
is yours.
thank you so much. Good morning, one and all. Firstly, I would like to wish Happy Teachers Day to all the faculty members over here. I would like to thank NGC Club for inviting me, for giving me an opportunity to speak a few words on this artificial intelligence and the education system. As ma'am has, Dr. Sumati ma'am has already conveyed us the policies regarding the education system. We know that the education system in India has 4 levels. So all the levels are well structured and developed to systematically introduce the students to subject the matter, develop the language and their cognitive skills, and prepare them for higher education. The Indian education system actually focuses on practical learning, group activities, and to provide exposure and teach students the value of the teamwork and communication. So the main overall focus is in the overall development of the system by introducing different levels, that is primary level or secondary or the senior secondary levels. So in this way, student goes through number of phases and he will prepare the students for higher education. So students, we have already learned very insight from the faculty, sir and madam, about all the policies. So let me not waste time and move on to AI. As we know, today, India is at the forefront of beginning an innovation hub with every sector trying to enhance its output using AI. AI has numerous applications in agriculture, banking, health sector, education, entertainment, defense, criminal investigation, NLP, speech recognition. So AI is a tool and techniques which enables the robots and machines to carry out human tasks like problem solving, adapting, and learning. So Dr. Chakraborty, head of AI intelligence, IIT Delhi, explains AI is the ability to provide a machine with the capability to accomplish a task that requires minimum human effort. So the world is changing towards AI, students. So we are leading the change towards the future of the technology. The gross income which we are receiving from this AI is around $62.4 billion in 2022, which is an increase of 21.3% from 2021. So the market can around touch to $7.8 billion by 2025, which is in prediction by International Data Corporation Research. So the combined national and international growth estimates show that AI is poised to open a great opportunities for all the students in the market. So AI is not only a futuristic technology anymore, which has crept and it is evolving in our daily lives. So we are using it in education, technology, science, medical, in every field we are using it. AI has become a game changer for Indian education system. It is one of the key perspective of growth and innovation across many industries also. So all the students, youth must be familiar with the basic concepts of AI since their childhood. In order to implement this only, even the Madhya Pradesh government has recently announced the artificial intelligence course from class 8 onwards. So Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan has said it is one of the initiative steps which helps the student to build the future of country. We have, ma'am has told many policies. So all these policies aim the universities and colleges which are offering 4 years graduate degree with AI courses. All the universities, our university, JNU, IITs, NITs, and Delhi University, all have adopted this program. We also have many platforms like Coursera, Google, Udemy, Amazon Web Services, IBM having these type of courses. So students, though we are evolving in AI in huge speed, still we are in a nascent stage. So countries like France, China, US and UK have made so many strides in this field and they have reached standstills. So even the University of Oxford, Harvard University, all these universities have so many courses which we are right now implementing in our country. Even the UK is offering, compared to the foreign education, the UK is offering a promising research environment, attracting millions of students who aspire to study AI each other. So, even the British universities offer multiple courses in AI to equip the students with the relevant skills and knowledge. AI is expected to boost the UK economy by 22% by 2020, and from 2020 to 2030 due to AI's acceptability across various sectors, sectoral growth, and continuously evolving the job opportunities. So even the colleges in UK, US, and British, we have so many opportunities. Like same like in India, the minimum requirement is first class UG degree, minimum 60% in graduation with a good knowledge in differential equations, calculus, linear algebra. So students, our government is also taking number of steps to use this artificial intelligence for education transformations. The NCERT has initiated the process of preparation of curriculum for inculcating this AI at secondary level in schools. That is mostly the central board of CBSE has introduced AI from class 9 and from class 11. So even the AICT has taken number of courses of artificial intelligence in BTech programs and data science to inculcate the human source in artificial intelligence and data analytics. We also have many IITs which are offering artificial intelligence related courses as deep learning foundation and applications, foundations of artificial intelligence and machine learning, reinforcement learning, probabilistic reasoning in artificial intelligence, predictive and prescriptive data analysis, deep learning, cyber physical security, deep image processing, as our university 𝐷IT-AP is offering all these courses. The national education policy is all set up to establish a digital India. India will soon be a leading knowledge hub of innovative technologies. So there are so many colleges offering these type of policies, and we are growing towards the digital India. So let us make use of this AI to make the youth much more aware about the applications of AI and use them in their practical life. Thank you, students, for giving me an opportunity. I would like to thank the NGC Club for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for participating, and thank you so much for treasured words and the valuable information about the AI. And meanwhile, as NEP, thank you, ma'am. And now, last and but not least, now I'm very overjoyed to invite our Dr. Ganesh Reddy Curry to enlighten us on cloud computing. He's a senior grade assistant professor in VITAP, specialized in computer network and cyber security, cloud computing, wireless networks, data structures, and algorithms. And he's also our faculty coordinator of our NGC club. And wishing you a very happy Teachers Day, sir, on the behalf of your NGC club and VITAP. And put your hands together to welcome our faculty coordinator and Dr. Ganesh Reddy Curry.
Thank you so much. So first of all, I would like to wish the Dr. Shumati madam
Sir,
and
sorry to interrupt. Your voice is very low, sir.
is my voice is audible? Is my voice is
Yes,
audible?
sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Now it is clear.
Yeah. Very good morning to all. First of all, I would like to wish the Dr. Shumati madam and Nasiba madam and Alam Bar Wari sir, because of the very happy Teachers Day, and uh, I would like to thank for your presence. Even you have a busy schedule, you are present this event and make this event is a grand success. Uh, According to this particular meet and greet, main objective is to discuss about uh, national educational policies and the and we are going to give a specializations objectives is like what is cloud computing and the career objectives of the cloud computing and all we have to discuss. So anyway, ma'am rightly pointed out, Sumti madam and Nashiba madam and Alang sir, they have rightly pointed out what we are missing in our India is we are very much theoretical, but we are lacks the practical environment. That is the main difference. If we can come up with a good infrastructure at a systems level or servers level, or that's the reason in our VITAP we have come up with engineering clinics. It's in the first year itself, you people experienced with the devices, because theory knowledge always helps you to gain knowledge, but you are not experienced anything. So engineering clinics is the best environment where you can put hands on and you can experience, and it will be like the first project you have hands on. It will be many people, your seniors. Still you can ask that they give a first answer. We have done some project, hands-on project in your in their first year. So that will be a memorable event. Uh, so uh, not only we are going to end up their engineering clinics every semester, is course wise, we are not only asking to run the programs, we are as a faculty we are giving more project oriented I mean activities we are conducting. So with that, you can apply, say, until unless you are not apply your knowledge, there is no meaning of learning. So our institute is one of the best institutes, so that we encourage the students to work on the projects, so that the concepts you studied in the class, that you can experience it, and you can come up with the good result, whether it may be a successful project or failure, but you have an experience. That experience is really useful for doing the new projects, or enhancing the existing projects. So this is I'm not going to talk in detail about that the national educational policies, because our teachers already had given good insights on it, especially Sumati ma'am. She had given good insights in it. So my task today is I have to give a brief idea about how the cloud computing is useful for current trend, because now we all have seen that during COVID time, most of our communications or the services, we are migrating to the cloud environment. The reason is there is a demand during that time, but can you expect the same thing in near future? After now the COVID is settled down, I mean we don't see much cases, but everyone, every company call back the employees to work in their company environment. Do you expect that same demand will be there? Yes, that question will be there. Even our college is going to stop that MS Teams in which is running in the cloud environment. So you may have a questions that, so during pandemic it cloud receives a huge demand. Do you think that will it be the same demand will be continued? Yes, you are all right. The same demand will be continued. How it is going to be? Because you know that the because of its unique characteristics, cloud has a unique characteristics, that is on demand whenever you require. All startups, we are as in India, we are promoting startups. So the startups definitely they don't have an infrastructure, because to acquire the infrastructure they need to spend huge lump sum amount, and they can't predict that whether it is going to be successful or not. Their startup always there is a dilemma whether chances of getting success is 50-50. Then if you invest huge lump sum amount and you are going to do the practice, on it, then and developing projects, then it is a huge revenue loss. So then most of the startups, what they used to do is they want to reduce the installation time, and definitely they need to go with the cloud environment, which is takes less time for initial setup, and they can within a day they can configure their environment in the cloud environment. They can start working on it, so that definitely you can save the time, and you can concentrate on the objectives of your startup. So that way you can spend more time what you are deserve. But so this is a one advantage. I mean, even many on-premises, even our cloud, our many VATAP services, we are running on cloud as well. The reason is there is more, if it is on-premises, there is more security risks will be involved. So if you migrate it into the cloud environment, I mean to say that the same services we are running on two places, on-premise as well as a cloud environment. So if anything goes wrong, then still the availability we can achieve because our copies are present in the cloud environment. So many attacks can be isolated or mitigated their severity if you place the contents in multiple locations. The cloud is one of the best example because it supports decentralized approach, because even your instance can be launched in multiple regions. The regions can be like in different countries also. You can, because the same cloud is hosted in multiple countries, data centers are available in multiple countries. You have a flexibility to choose where you want to host your applications, and so much flexibility is there, so much automation is there. So that's the reason people are even they have a on-premises running application, but they deserve to work in a cloud environment. The reason is it has a unique characteristics like on demand. As per your requirement, it automatically scales. So if you want to continue this, suppose you want to become a cloud engineer. So what are the certifications you need to do? The best one, it is AWS architect. You can be like if you want to work in a cloud environment, you can be work it as a AWS architect or any other cloud computing architect. So there is a one job role is cloud architect, and the other job is cloud admin. The other job is cloud consultant. The other job is other job role is you can cloud engineer, so cloud developer. So these are all multiple dimensions in a cloud environment. So if you choose, you have to find out your skill set. Based on your skill set, you want to be a cloud architect, or you want to be a cloud engineer, or you want to be a cloud admin, because as per the job roles, your salary also going to be vary. Suppose if you work in a cloud admin, definitely 10 lakhs per annum you are going to get. Or if you are going to work in a cloud architect, you want to work as a cloud architect. The cloud architects also has a very good weightage in the companies. So you can also work in a cloud architect. So yeah, and the cloud engineers, just they are going to fix the issues. The normal salary for that cloud engineer is going to be 3 to 4 lakhs. So cloud developers also has a good amount of salaries. Their starting salary is going to be 6 to 10 lakhs. So as per your job roles, you fix your job roles. You want to be a cloud architect or design or engineer or admin or consultant. You have to decide which where you want to be. So with that, you work on it, and uh, you can get into that particular job role. So with this, I am going to stop it. Thank you for giving this wonderful opportunity. I would like to thank all the organizers, uh, Baji Babu and Mohan. They are the president and advisors. I would like to thank all the other organizers. They put a lot of efforts to make this event is more successful. And I would like to thank the other faculty members. They spent their valuable time to be with us and make this event is grand success. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable words and for letting us to be know about the importance of cloud computing and meanwhile NEP. And finally, I'd like to play a video about a machine learning. Just behold, it's a 1 minute video. Anyone can let me know that audio is also included or not.
Surya, audio not included on subject.
What, Tinku?
Audio is not included, one second.
Okay, just wait.
ఏం నొక్కుతున్నావు బే?
Get better at tasks through experience is part of being human. When we're born, we know almost nothing and can do almost nothing for ourselves. But soon, we're learning and becoming more capable every day. But did you know that computers can do the same? Machine learning brings together statistics and computer science to enable computers to learn how to do a given task without being programmed to do so. Just as your brain uses experience to improve at a task, so can computers. Say you need a computer that can tell the difference between a picture of a dog and a picture of a cat. You could begin by feeding it images and telling it, this one's a dog, that one's a cat. A computer programmed to learn will seek statistical patterns within the data that will enable it to recognise a cat or a dog in the future. It might figure out on its own that cats have shorter noses and that dogs come in a larger variety of sizes, and then represent that information numerically, organising it in space. But, crucially, it's the computer, not the programmer, that identifies those patterns and establishes the algorithm by which future data will be sorted. One example of a simple yet highly effective algorithm is to find the optimal line separating cats from dogs. When the computer sees a new picture, it checks which side of the line it falls on and then says either cat or dog. But of course, there can be mistakes. The more data the computer receives, the more finely tuned its algorithm becomes, and the more accurate it can be in its predictions. Machine learning is already widely applied. It's the technology behind facial recognition, text and speech recognition, spam filters on your inbox, online shopping or viewing recommendations, credit card fraud detection, and so much more. At the University of Oxford, machine learning researchers are combining statistics and computer science to build algorithms that can solve more complex problems more efficiently, using less computing power. From medical diagnoses to social media, the potential of machine learning to transform our world is truly mind-blowing. To find out more about machine learning, visit Oxford's.
Yes, thank you for that. Yes, and four faculty already told about the NEP. Without further any other more information, I repeat again once again NEP about for example, we are having currently 10+2 school curriculum to be replaced by as a new. So can anyone say what was the count exactly that the curriculum structure will be modified as?
5 plus 3, 3 plus 4.
Yes, yes. 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 is our new curriculum structure according to National Education Policy of 2020. And also, do you know that National Education 2020 recommends that fund to be build the nation capacity to provide equitable quality education for all girls and as well as a transgender students also. And what will be the name of the fund? You know that? And that name of the fund is Gender Inclusion Fund. This is a very important point that to be noted by you. And if anyone want to read National Education Policy 2020, and on the website of Ministry of Education, Government of India, you can download the National Education Policy, and the policy would be modified for every 2 years or 3 years. It will be modified by like according to the government only. It will be modified like a constitution of India, how that it will be modified. So like that only national education policy also will be modified for certain years, or else it will be constant. So if anyone want to study NEP, you can go and reach the website of Ministry of Education, Government of India directly, and just see there only. And finally, but not least, this is the end. We are concluding our event of the day and expressing of a vote of thanks to all the amazing teachers out there who play a very important in every student's life. We food salute you, and behalf of NGC team, I thank each and every one of you sharing such a great information with us.
Surya, wait a minute. I'll ask the
Um,
other faculty to turn on the video. At least we have one photo with them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay.
Yeah. Sumti ma'am, Nasiba ma'am, and Langbar. Can you turn on your video, sir, ma'am? You can inform. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Could you please turn on at least once a video? We'll take a pic of like we have done an event of firstly.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Sumti ma'am, can you turn on your video, ma'am?
It's on only. One second. Sir, is it on?
Yes, ma'am. It is on, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And
We can
Sir
see.
Alangbar, can you please turn on yours also?
All faculty, they turn on the video. You can take a snapshot of it. Okay. Thank you,
Yes, sir.
ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yeah, done, sir.
You can continue.
Yes.
The vote of thanks, you can.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. And expressing my gratitude with a word of a thanks finally to all the amazing teachers out there who play a very important in every student's life. We food salute you on the behalf of entire NGC team and entire VI team. I thank each and every one of you for sharing such a great information with us. And finally, as this is the auspicious Teachers Day, just if we are in offline, we can show our tribute or a contribution towards our faculty, but we are not sorry for that. And just remembering a few seconds or a few minutes, our great teacher, one of the greatest teacher in India and one of the greatest teacher in entire world, and he lives on, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam sir. Yes, thank you. And now I'd like to express my vote of thanks. I extend a warm welcome to people in the gathering. I'd like to express my gratitude to esteemed delegates of the event, Dr. Sumati, Dr. Bibi Nasiba, Dr. Along Barwari, Dr. Ganesh Reddy Curry for their presence and contribution to make this event a great success. On behalf of entire NGC and VIT, I'd like to thank and the honorable speakers, and I wish you a very happy Teachers Day once again. And extending my gratitude towards our honorable speakers to take out time from your busy schedule to grace the event. Thank you for inspiring and encouraging us with your fabulous words on this special day. Very special thanks our faculty for helping extend our knowledge on the domain of AI, machine learning, Python, and cloud computing. And once again, special thanks to our club faculty coordinator, Dr. Ganesh Reddy sir, to support us on every event and webinar. Without him, the club is vacant. And thanks to our club advisor and club president and each and every club member in the club member of a team NGC. Yes, finally I expressed my vote of thanks. Guys, if you had any doubts regarding machine learning or AI, cloud computing, or any career development or any national education policy, the mics are opened. If you want, you can put here. Yes, I guess no. Okay, then I already repeated. I repeat again. If you want an EP document, you can directly go to the Ministry of Education, Government of India website, and you can download over there. And